Coagulation. I stood in a thin, freezing veil of drifting drizzle, clutching a bucket of paste. Mulligan chattered beside me in skin-tight black leather everything. He looked like an S&M garden gnome. Right, he said, paste up the back of this one, shin up that lamppost and slap it in the middle of that Revlon billboard. Why do I have to do it? You're a bit nippier than me. 'Cause you've got the reach, you great streak of piss. Now just think of the band and do it. I daubed semi-frozen wallpaper paste onto the back of a fashion music poster and rolled it backwards over my arm. Mulligan cupped his hands under my foot and boosted me up the steel pole. I shuffled up the lamppost until I reached the light bulb. This was as far as I was going. I couldn't stand heights. Sometimes just looking down at my feet had me come over all dizzy. Hanging on for dear life, I lashed out with my poster-clad arm, and after a few minutes of grunting and cursing, got the bloody thing slapped up there. I slithered back down, liberally smeared with paste, and we crossed the road shivering to survey the result. Could be a bit squarer, Mulligan said. Fuck you! As we trudged down Her Street, looking for the next likely site, I pondered the glamour of rock stardom. Band meeting. In Mulligan's living room, Fashion Music's headquarters, Dick was chopping out tiny lines on the chipped glass coffee table. Tut tut, who's a naughty boy then, I chided as I entered the room. To each his own, big-nosed Dick grinned. You ought to try something a bit faster than all those joints you smoke. What, like your moped? A cloud darkened Dick's face. All right, there's no need to take on so, I said, holding up a placatory hand. How's your motorbike running anyway? Someone nicked it, he said. Oh, sorry. Why? You didn't nick it, did you? No, it's just a bit of a bummer, that's all. Any news on us getting a manager then? Mulligan popped a dub cassette into his boombox and flooded the room with Irie Ute. There's this girl I know, Mulligan said. There usually was. And? Well, she's our new manager. Great. Who is she? Has she got good connections? She's got decent tits, Dick said. Oh, well, thank fuck for that, I said. Main thing, that is. Her name's Annette, Mulligan said. She lives over Kings Norton. She's got a phone. Yes, I can see where that'd come in handy. So, when did this happen? Well, I started handing her number out a couple of weeks ago. She must be getting some calls by now. A light bulb went off over my head. She doesn't know, does she? You haven't sodding told her, have you? I said. Oh, I will, Mulligan said, as innocent as a chemistry teacher with something nasty in the cellar at home. Soon, don't worry. But what if she says no? She never has yet, Dick said, snorting up half the contents of the coffee table. At least not to me. He grinned and then let loose an enormous sneeze and blew Mulligan's line of speed into the carpet. An hour or so later, I was trying to will a mention of Fashion Music into that week's New Musical Express. Dick was playing paradiddles against the edge of the coffee table, and Mulligan had given up trying to gather his line of speed from the carpet and was sulking over his mascara. Suddenly the doorbell went. Mulligan came back in with two pale, thin white dukes in trench coats. They had kind of long hair and a dab or two of makeup about them. This is Nick and John, Mulligan said. They're in a band as well. Duran Duran, the Nick once said and sniffed. Do who, do what, I asked. We've got a new demo, John said. Well, let's hear it then, Dick said, slipping his drumsticks out of his back pocket. Nick handed Mulligan a cassette. The first track's called Girls on Film, he said. Girls on what? Dick asked, as the opening riff flooded the room. Very nice, John. Oi, Nick, put the kettle on and make us some tea, would you? 9 sugars in mine, I said darkly. 6 months later...